Have you seen this show, Dr. Foster? I got a couple of friends and we love to find a really good series, and not one that's come out like you watch every week, but the ones that are already posted that you can binge watch. And we love to get together and watch a really good series. And we've been doing for about a year now, you probably heard me talk about, we've been doing BritBox. We're on BritBox. And anyway, we're out of stuff to watch. We've watched everything. We've watched Luther. We've watched Silent Witness. We've watched every Vera. We've just done the whole gamut. I was looking for some shows the other day and I found this one called Dr. Foster, and it was really highly recommended by BritBox. I'm having my coffee this morning, so you're joining me for coffee. I turn it on and we start watching it. Now, usually we watch some kind of a crime, detective, murder, mystery thing, where we're figuring out who's done it, who killed this person, or a detective series, right? We turn this on and it's about this woman. And if I was going to suggest a show for someone to watch to see what not to do in recovery, this is what I talk about. And the opposite is Dr. Foster. And it's driving me crazy. And I would have turned it off. But my friends are like, they're hating it too, but because she's so stupid. It's so horrible. And as I'm watching it, they want to finish it just because they finish. We just don't quit. So we can tell people, oh, we watched it. It was terrible. But a lot of it reminds me of me. I'm not going to lie. When I was young. And I have come a long way. But she's a woman who finds out her husband is cheating on her. And she suspects it. And she starts kind of figuring out that he is. And it's true, he is. And she confronts him and he lies. Not a shocker, right? But she is hell-bent on him admitting it. She needs him to say it. And she keeps kind of forgiving him. They have a kid. Horrible part of the story. They have this kid, and she decides, she's a doctor, she's just gonna let it go, right? She's just gonna oversee it. It's not a big deal. It's probably been a couple weeks, right? It's just a little sexual thing. Then she finds out it's been 2 years. He's been seeing her for 2 years. They've been married for 14. They have a kid. He's being completely devoted to her, loves her. Then she starts researching. She makes all the money. And he's doing some new project that needs to be funded and all this. And then she finds out he's mortgaged their house, forged her name, took all the money. Now, why is she there? Does she stay? Now, the only thing I could think of was she was just keeping her mouth shut for a little bit until she could figure out the money, right? How she's going to get her money back. I get that, right? Get an attorney, figure out the facts before you do anything. But she is just destroying her life. She screws up her practice. She screws up everything, right? It's just a train wreck, her life. And she's a doctor. She's a beautiful gal. And she is, every time, she gets some piece of information, she grabs her purse and grabs her coat and runs out the door. And I'm yelling at her, where are you going now? What stupid ass thing are you gonna do now to destroy your life? And I really relate to that. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I relate to that. I was so enthralled, and I don't know, enmeshed in these relationships when I was young. The need to feel loved, the need to feel right, the need to feel my whole life I sacrificed. I did a video, I think it was on the podcast yesterday, I talked about this, where you sacrifice your whole self to prove something. And I'm like, who are you proving this to? And at one point in the movie, someone says to her, hey, you just move on. And she says, it's not fair. And he says, who cares, right? Who cares? Just be happy. And it's really an interesting movie from the aspect of recovery. She's a train wreck. And then there's 2 seasons, 5 episodes in each season. I said to my friends, I don't want to watch the second season. How much can we see this woman destroy her life? Well, now she's destroying her son's life. Her son won't talk to her. He moved in with the dad. It is kind of the plight of, and I'm not trying to be like a big hate men or anything like that, but it is really true that in our society, it's set up to where men can cheat and it ruins the relationship. The woman stays with the kids. He goes on, creates this big life. Second season, he's living large again, right? He's made money back. He married the girl. She was pregnant, right? He's got a new family and he's sitting pretty and she is bitter. He's bitter. I'm pretty sure she's going to try to kill him before this is over, or kill him. And I get it. Life isn't fair. I saw that happen with my mom. My mom and dad that adopted me, I'm adopted. He was a minister at the Church of Christ, and when I was 4, and he cheated on my mom and got the woman pregnant. You know what? This is so similar. This must be why I'm screaming at the TV. I'm telling you, my friends last night said, Karen, shut the fuck up. You are out of your mind. I am screaming at this woman. I'm sitting there just yelling at her. You stop it. Don't go. Don't do anything. My friends are like, holy moly, we've hit a nerve. That's why. It's just like this story for my mom. My dad, my estranged dad, I'm not in relationship with him anymore. He had an affair, and I think the woman was a parishioner. She was in the church. Got her pregnant and left my mom. My mom was pregnant with my little sister at the time, and the stress was so great she lost the baby. I know, isn't this terrible? This is a terrible story. No wonder I'm so upset about this show. And so she lost the baby, and then she got kicked out of the church where he preached because she was a divorcee, even though he left her, right? We were out on our own, my mom and my brother and me, and we were out, and it was bad. And he went off with this woman and she had a baby, and it was bad, and it's not fair. And my mom had just lost a baby because she found all this out at the same time. She's pregnant. She lost the baby, and she's got 2 small kids. And I remember she tried starting over. She didn't have any money. He quit paying for everything. Everything was repossessed, and we were broke, and it was hard, and she had to start over. And it's not fair. I get it. But this movie has got me. If you want to see what not to do, really, this is the worst behavior you can do, is to destroy every other area of your life from bitterness and that need to feel loved and right. Instead of just bagging it, walk away and be happy. Move on. Life is not always fair. I don't know. That is my Siskel and Ebert review of Dr. Foster, and a little bit of insight on me, and you know how I've gotten into all this recovery. There is no way to live. No way to live. Love you. Bye.